Returning to the winner's circle, 6 West Omaha. Louisiana. Track Phantom, wire to wire in the baton. Track Phantom on the road to the Derby. Tarifa in the Rachel Alexander Stakes. Tarifa returning to the winner's circle, 1 Tarifa with Xavier Pratt. Sierra Leone, winner of the Resistor Stakes.
Welcome to the Louisiana Derby Draw Show, the $1 million TwinSpires.com. Louisiana Derby will be drawn right here in the paddock. We'll have some insight from John G. Dooley and Kevin Kilroy. We're going to very soon reveal the finalists for our Louisiana Derby poster contest and the winner at the end. But the main order of business is the draw for the Louisiana Derby. We're going to have a full field and a very accomplished field at that. Let's pan over to the 5 poster finalists, and then, like I said at the end, we're going to reveal the winner. The number 1 is Elise K, the Derby Nightmare Moon. Elise from Riva Ridge, Louisiana. Zoe V with America's Speed from Lacombe, Louisiana. Gracie B, that's the 3rd poster. That's in the home stretch. Gracie from Hammond, Louisiana. Victoria M with Heart of Diamonds from Kenner. That's the 4th poster on our board. And then David B with Set Sail and Chase the Pace from my home state, Illinois, Decatur to be exact. We're going to call up Les Calinello to get the party started, and then we will have the draw for this year's Grade 2 $1 million Louisiana Derby. Draw a sheet, and we're going to draw a post position for each of the individuals. And as you can see, a full field of 12 for this Louisiana Derby. Stacy Repath will be putting the names on the board, and we thank everyone for helping us out here. Stu, let's get it going. We'll also have the morning line odds with Mike Deliberto final after the draw a little bit later on in the show. All right, Summer will pull the pill. Bob will pull the sheet.
9, Real Men Violin.
Number 9 is Real Men Violin, one of 2 in here for Kenny McPeak, second in the Kentucky Jockey Club at Churchill behind Honor Marie, returned to finish 8th in the Risen Star in his 3-year-old debut. Again, one of 2 entered for Ken McPeak, and number 8, correct?
No, 9.
Number 9, Stacy. Real Men Violin. All right, we're ready for the second horse.
7, Honor Marie.
Number 7 is Honor Marie. Honor Marie, the winner of the prestigious Grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club at Churchill Downs as a 2-year-old. Sneaky good 5th in the Risen Star in his sophomore debut. Up-and-coming trainer Whit Beckman learned his trade under the tutelage of Hall of Famers Todd Pletcher and Chad Brown. Number 7 is Honor Marie. Stu?
5, Catching Freedom.
Number 5 is Catching Freedom, the winner of the Smarty Jones at Oaklawn, recently 3rd in the Risen Star. Trainer Brad Cox won the 2020 edition of the Louisiana Derby with Wells Bayou. Number 5 is Catching Freedom. There we go. All right, we can go with the next one here, Stu. Number 5, Catching Freedom.
10, Common Defense.
Number 10 is Common Defense. Second in the grade 2 Rebel. Last time out behind Kentucky Derby points leader Timberlake. Kenny McPeak, who has 2 in here, won the 2002 edition of the Louisiana Derby with Repent. Number 10 is Common Defense.
Number 6.
Number 6.
6. Awesome Ruta.
Awesome Ruta is number 6, trained by popular Louisiana-based conditioner Joey Foster, was a sneaky 6th in the Risen Star. And again, that is a number 6, Awesome Ruta. All right, next up.
Number 2.
2. Hall of Fame.
Number 2 is Hall of Fame, aptly named. Turned heads when he broke his maiden here by more than 10 lengths on Lecomte, was 7th in the Risen Star. Hall of Fame, trained by the Hall of Famer Steve Asmussen, one of 2 in here for him.
Number 8.
Number 8.
8. Next Level.
Number 8 is Next Level. Finished 3rd in the Grade 1 Delmar Futurity. That's his claim to fame as a 2-year-old. Off the board in a trio of stakes attempts since. But Keith DeSormo, no stranger to pulling off big upsets in stakes races at the fairgrounds. Number 8 is Next Level.
Number 12.
Number 12.
12. Track Phantom.
Number 12 is the expected favorite, Track Phantom, winner of the Gun Runner and the Grade 3 Lecomte, second to Sierra Leone in the Risen Star, deserving favorite for this year's Louisiana Derby for Steve Asmussen, who's won this race several times, including with Epicenter in 2016 and also with the legendary Gun Runner. Track Phantom. We'll get the morning line odds from Mike Diliberto in a little bit, but the expected favorite draws post 12.
Number 1.
Number 1, the rail draw.
Triple Espresso.
Late entry into the Louisiana Derby. Triple Espresso, one of 3 in here for Todd Pletcher, Mike Rapoli, and St. Elias Stables, a powerful ownership group here. Todd Pletcher, and asking on Risen Star Day here at the fairgrounds. So let's take a look at the full field here. Triple Espresso draws the rail. Hall of Fame, one of 2 in here for Steve Asmussen, draws post 2. Antiquarian for Todd Pletcher, post 3. A Gate Road for Todd Pletcher as well, post position number 4. Catching Freedom, 3rd in the Risen Star, post 5. Awesome Ruta, post 6. Honor Marie, the Kentucky Jockey Club winner, post 7. Next Level, post 8. Real Men Violin, 1 of 2 in here for Ken McPeak, and they draw side by side as he has Common Defense in post 10, 9 and 10 for Kenny. 11 is Tuscan Gold for trainer Chad Brown, and then Track Phantom, the expected favorite. We'll get more on the morning line from Mike Diliberto in a bit. He draws the extreme outside post here. So that's the draw for the Louisiana Derby. We are now going to send it up to John G. Dooley and Kevin Kilroy for their initial thoughts on this year's draw, guys.
All right, good morning, Joe and everyone. From the Twin Spires set, track announcer John G. Dooley alongside racing analyst Kevin Kilroy. And Kevin, 111th running of the $1 million TwinSpires.com Grade 2 Louisiana Derby. It's been run at the current mile and 3/16 since Wells Bayou won back in 2000, or just a couple of years ago, in fact, not back in 2000, but going back some 24 years in history here. And of course, it's been a Grade 2 for 25 years. And at the current mile and 3/16 distance, some intrigue there with the post position draw as Triple Espresso comes to the ranks. Son of Omaha Beach, a maiden winner, 2 starts back there at Gulfstream Park. And we were waiting to see, of course, having won already over the track, the Gunrunner Stakes, the Grade 3 Lecomte Stakes, and after competing here in the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes, won by Sierra Leone, of course, so eyeing that start in the Bluegrass State next time out, our Risen Star Stakes winner, Sierra Leone. We're waiting to see what post the Track Phantom would get, and now we know draws 12 of 12 3-year-olds entered in next Saturday's 111th Louisiana Derby.
Yeah, pace is the question, right? It was the question last year. Kings Barn was able to slow it up and get the wire-to-wire win for Todd Pletcher. Pletcher has 3 in here looking for another win, but you got to think that Track Phantom is the one that's going to get to the front. We'll see what Hall of Fame does. Draws inside there. Steve Asmussen has 2. He's won this 4 times, so he'd like to get that 5th in there. But I do think pace is the big question when I look at this field here. It seems like Track Phantom is a sin from that outside spot.
Catching Freedom, I thought after that last race in the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes when finishing back of Sierra Leone and Track Phantom, really terrific effort, I thought, was tracking about mid-pack and then was 8 wide at the quarter pole and inside the final furlong round about the 16th pole. Got a little tight quarters there, did Catching Freedom, draws post 5 in a field of 12, so thought that was a really nice draw for that horse, Catching Freedom.
Yeah, I think so. I think he should be able to save ground, get to the rail there, and he can maneuver through traffic, so I think he can manage that. He seems very nifty to me. He seems to be progressive too. Worked really nicely in the morning recently. I think Catching Freedom's definitely one to keep your eye on, obviously coming out for Brad Cox. And Common Defense had a big work this morning here at Fairgrounds, one that should be a little bit closer to the pace and does look live after getting second last out there in the Rebel.
We're standing by. Mike Delaberto will join Joe Christofek here on a beautiful day in New Orleans as we draw the 111th $1 million TwinSpires.com Louisiana Derby. Also Hall of Fame, this season here at the Fairgrounds. Some impressive maiden winners on the undercard of the Comp Stakes Day and the Risen Star Stakes Day. And certainly nobody raised more eyebrows than Hall of Fame. And if you have a horse named Hall of Fame, certainly lived up to his name when winning here by double digits for, of course, back on the Risen Star Stakes Day, having competed there, Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Hall of Fame looked great for that maiden win. Didn't seem to like the track on that sloppy sealed track for the Risen Star. I think that's probably the excuse. I think we'll see a better run this time. 12
entered for next Saturday's 111th $1 million Grade 2 TwinSpires.com Louisiana Derby. And as I mentioned, it's been 25 years of Grade 2 Joey DeKay and Mike Delaberto, longtime clocker and odds maker here at the Fairgrounds. Always great to have Mikey D give us the morning line for the big race of the meet. Down to you.
Well, thanks, John. Thanks, Kevin. More analysis with John and Kevin in just a bit. We're also going to have the announcement of the poster winner in just about 5 minutes or so. I know we've got some of the representatives down here, so stick around. We will reveal the poster winner, contest winner for the Louisiana Derby momentarily. Mikey D, longtime clocker, odds maker here at the Fairgrounds. You've gotten a chance to see many of these horses run. First and foremost, Track Phantom, the winner of the Gun Runner, the winner of the Lecomte. I think he's probably going to be the morning line favorite. Am I right?
You're 100% right. I don't think that was hard to figure out. He won the Gun Runner, he won the Lecomte, and he just got run down in the last 20 yards in the Risen Star to a really nice horse in Sierra Leone. So he's obviously the favorite at 3-1. Track Phantom, morning line favorite at 3-1. He'll be followed by Catching Freedom at 4-1. Then comes Common Defense, Kenny McPeakson, proven colt, at 6-1. Then I got 4 of them at 8-1. Tuscan Gold at 8-1. Hall of Fame at 8-1. Agate Road at 8-1. And Anna Marie at 8-1. They're followed by Antiquarium at 12-1. Then we have 2 of them at 20-1. Triple Espresso at 20-1. And Real Men Violin at 20-1. And rounding out the field will be Awesome Ruta at 30-1. And Next Level at 30-1.
Now, Mike, we've got a full field of 12. This is a mile and 3/16 too. It replicates the Kentucky Derby like really no other prep outside of the UAE Derby, which is run at a mile and a quarter. People see Track Phantom post position number 12. They might think it's potentially detrimental, but there's a long run into that first turn. And when you look around at some of the other horses in the race, there's not a ton of speed really signed on here.
I figure the same thing, and usually a horse draws that 4 outside. It might affect the line a little bit, but it didn't affect this because he is the speed of the race, so I don't think he'll have any problem getting over and getting the lead going into the first turn.
All right, thanks, Micah. We appreciate it. Any other horses here that were difficult to gauge for you? You've got a lot of 6 and 8 to 1s. To me, that means it's a wide open betting race.
I think it is, and I think the one that was toughest was the Tuscan Gold for Chad Brown. His figures aren't that high, but, you know, he's run against some good horses, and Chad Brown's high on it.
Thanks, Mike. Enjoy the race.
I will.
All right, Mikey Deliberto, good addition of the Louisiana Derby. Again, $1 million, grade 2, twinspires.com, Louisiana Derby at a mile and 3/16. We're going to send it back to John and Kevin now. They're going to give you an update on the Kentucky Derby leaderboard as it stands. There are no points races this week as it stands. Going into next weekend, we'll get the field for the Louisiana Derby shown to you, including all the riders, etc., in just a bit as well. When we get it back from John and Kevin, we will reveal the winner of this year's poster contest. Guys?
All right, cheers, Joe. Once again from the Twin Spire set, track announcer John G. Dooley next to Kevin Kilroy. And Kevin, since this race has been run and Wells Bayou won it at the current mile and 3/16 distance, I think it's been well received by horsemen. Obviously, 12 sophomores entered in this year's 111th $1 million twinspires.com Louisiana Derby, and of course our series to get into the starting gate this year, the landmark 150th running of the Kentucky Derby. We've got the Gun Runner Stakes, and of course the untappable for the 3-year-old fillies. Let's not forget about next Saturday's card, including the running of the Grade 2 Fairgrounds Oaks on the road to the Longines Kentucky Oaks, won last year by Pretty Mischievous, who raced here with us at the fairgrounds talking about Pretty Mischievous. But we've got for the 3-year-old Colts Geldings, the horses from their way from the Gun Runner Stakes to the Grade 3 Lecomte Stakes to the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes to next Saturday's 111th running of the twinspires.com $1 million Lone Star Derby. But that mile and 3/16 distance has proved popular with the horsemen. We've got 12 in the gate for next Saturday's Louisiana Derby, and of course it's all leading up to getting into the starting gate on the first Saturday in May for this year's 150th Kentucky Derby, and Timberlake tops the current leaderboard.
Yeah, I mean, you want to get be in the top 20 there, right, to get into that starting gate position. 150, 25, 15, 10 coming for the top 5 finishers in Louisiana Derby. It'll be the first race on the road to the Kentucky Derby that's worth that many points, so there's a lot of eyes on it because of that, right? But also you're talking about the mile and 3/16. You don't just want to get to the gate, right, Dooley? You want to be able to get the win. You got to prove you can get the distance. So this is a big one, not only for getting the points, but also for proving to connections that distance is not an issue. You can see Timberlake there at the top for Brad Cox. You see Catching Freedom as well there, 25 points. He's sitting in a good spot. You know he wants some more points to feel confident that he can get in there. We can also see up here, missed the first little field there. Who else is up there? I know Mystic Dan was on the work tab this morning, guys. If we could roll to the next page and see who's below.
How did Mystic Dan work?
That's all we're showing.
Solid work for Kenny McPeak?
Yeah,
Ryan
worked
Hernandez?
well. McPeak sent out, I think, 16 today. Common Defense looked fantastic. Real Men Violin as well. Vivi's Dream worked sharp. Yeah, the morning work tab was hot today. We'll talk about that more in a little bit when we have some more time to look it over. But, yeah, it's all about the points. So 100 on the line for the winner of the Louisiana Derby.
Todd Pletcher, 5 wins in the Louisiana Derby, and the Hall of Famer Steve Asmussen with 4 back a year ago. Kingsbarn, speaking about Todd Pletcher and his racing operation. And then 2022 Epicenter, 2016 Gun Runner, going back to Pyro in 2008, 50 Stars 23 years ago, all for the Hall of Famer. I mean, it seems like Steve's been knocking on the door with these 3-year-olds racing with us on the road to the Kentucky Derby, and I'm sure Mr. Steve would love no better than to win the 150th landmark Kentucky Derby. Well, Joe, we've got a field of 12 3-year-olds for next Saturday's 111th Louisiana Derby. We had a field of 5 in the poster contest, so down to you to see who wins the run for the frame.
Well, thanks, John. Thanks, Kevin. We're going to do that momentarily. Stacy's going to reveal the poster contest winner as I announce it. First, I just want to give everybody out there who might be watching on YouTube or Twitter or on our simulcast feed, the jockey assignment's very quick. I know there's some reporters probably waiting for that. And I'm going to have to read the names with the horses here, not in post position order, so try to go slow for you. A Gate Road is Irad Ortiz. Antiquarian is Johnny Velasquez. Awesome Ruta is Mitchell Merle. Catching Freedom is Flavion Pratt. Common Defense is Brian Hernandez. Hall of Fame is Ricardo Santana Jr. Honor Marie is Ben Curtis. Real Men Violin is Corey Lannery. Track Phantom is Joel Rosario. Tuscan Gold is Tyler Gaffleone. Next Level is Jose Riquelme. And Triple Espresso, and that should be the 12, is Luis Saez. Again, those are the riding assignments for Louisiana Derby. Now, I know some people anxiously awaiting the winner of the poster contest here. Stacy's going to reveal it. And again, congratulations to all the competitors. Fantastic job. I'd be proud to have any of these posters up on my wall in my office. We thank Doug Shipley, Jason Boulay, Wild Wayne Benjamin, Judy Boudreau, Richard Perk, and also Elizabeth Stoner for providing us with their judgeship on the poster contest. And it's time now to reveal the winner, Stacy. It's going to be Heart of Diamonds, Victoria M. from Kenner, Louisiana. As you can see, poster number 4 there. Fantastic job by Victoria, Elise, Zoe, Gracie, and also David. Congratulations to all of you. And that's going to wrap it up from down here, guys. It's a warm one. We got the Louisiana Derby draw done. We'll draw the rest of the card. Do want to make an announcement, and this is an important one. We are going to cancel the races tomorrow, Sunday. There's an impending storm. The races are going to be canceled. We're going to add more races to the Saturday card, and we're going to add more races to the closing day Sunday card, kind of like how we did last year. But some breaking news coming in with the storm coming in tomorrow. We'd rather run bigger cards on our closing weekend than try to gut it out tomorrow with up to 2 inches of rain expected from what I'm hearing. So some breaking news there. Guys, I know you've got a closer look at some of the major players for this year's Louisiana Derby.
All right, Joel, on that breaking St. Patrick's Day note, no live racing here tomorrow, but we look forward to next Saturday for the running of the 111th Louisiana Derby. Of course, it's been a Grade 2, as I mentioned, for 25 years it's retained that Grade 2 status. But Anna Marie, one of those competing from post position number 7, 12 3-year-olds entered for next Saturday's Mile and 3/16 Louisiana Derby. Anna Marie, having won the prestigious Grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club at Churchill Downs back on November 25th. We were just getting set. It was our second weekend of this 152nd season of racing here at the fairgrounds. But let's go back onto the Twin Spires and take a look at Anna Marie competing and taking out that Grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club, Kevin. And here they come, facing the Twin Spires.
Yeah, Anna Marie, a closing horse, gets that late kick. Beckman keeps on talking about the further, the better for this son of Honor Code. You can see that that late move here to get up over Real Men Violin and the Kentucky Jockey Club. I think the breaking news with Anna Marie is seeing Ben Curtis named to ride. Rafael Bejarano has been up, but Ben Curtis will be riding, and he's got to be feeling good about that, having a great meet here, first one at Fairgrounds, and now he's got a potential Derby mount. That's exciting stuff.
Steve Asmans has won the Louisiana Derby 4 times, including Epicenter, of course, going on to compete and just miss the Run for the Roses. With that said, Track Phantom will represent the Hall of Famer, breaking from post number 12, installed by Mike Deliberto as the 3-1 morning line favorite. And again, already sitting on 55 points is Track Phantom on the road to the 150th Kentucky Derby, and 55 points also the mark there with Sierra Leone, having won the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes. But let's go back to the Grade 3 Lecomte to kick off his 3-year-old season after winning the Gunrunner Stakes here. It was Track Phantom, and this was a really nice wire-to-wire performance over the track.
Yeah, Track Phantom is no stranger to that outside post. His last 3 races, he's been drawing outside. You know Steve doesn't like that outside post because you know horses have a tendency to break out. But Track Phantom has proved that he gets his mind straight to business and goes forward. He's going to be in this same spot here. He's just looked great winning the Lecomte there. It really didn't take much asking at all for Rosario to pull away from Nash and others who were trying to threaten there at the top of the stretch. Track Phantom definitely seems nifty. Seen the figures just gone a little bit south, but we'll see if after going so slow through the Risen Star fractions. It probably just makes sense. We see a little bit slower figure there, but I think he's going to move forward. He's been working sharp, been working easy. Had a nice, easy work with card trick at the track this morning.
That was race 13 on the Lecomte Stakes Day. Let's go back a few hours in time. On that day, here at the fairgrounds, horse by the name of Hall of Fame. And Hall of Fame turning for home here at the fairgrounds. This was back on the undercard for Lecomte Stakes Day in the 5th race. And what a performance here. Hall of Fame romping by a 10-length margin before coming back to run 7th in the Risen Star behind Sierra Leone.
Yeah, San Siro, who's going to come up for second, was a next out winner, so that was flattering there. They're all just scrambling for second. You know, Steve has said that they wanted to get a lot out of that race, so they asked a lot from Hall of Fame, and he showed that he's got a ton to offer. Has been working well with Track Phantom. Recently, we didn't see him. We saw him last Monday, so we'll probably see him either tomorrow or Monday back at the track. Definitely want to keep an eye out for that workout. He's finished 7th in the Risen Star over that sloppy sealed track. Gun runners typically like that sloppy sealed track. Didn't seem like Hall of Fame really did. Ricardo Santana came back and said, that's a great horse. I just don't think he liked the track.
Gun runner winning the 2016 Grade 2 Louisiana Derby here at the fairgrounds for the Hall of Famer. And let's go back again on Risen Star Stakes Day. Sierra Leone not running among the 12 3-year-olds in this coming Saturday's 111th Louisiana Derby, but he sure did on a sloppy track here last month, running in the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes. As we take a look at it, and Sierra Leone will come charging on the far outside. Catching Freedom was 8 wide, turning for home. Gets in a little traffic. Track Phantom was right there battling. Sierra Leone comes over the top, but watch that horse in the middle, right about here, Catching Freedom, as Sierra Leone runs them down in the final furlong.
Yeah, Catching Freedom is just one that continues to run really well. Definitely a game-faced horse who can manage trips, can navigate sort of whatever's thrown at him. And he's been looking sharper in the mornings. His works have looked good. He seemed to be given, I think it was J-Love who was up on the work recently. He had his arms full early, had his Catching Freedom, his neck bowed, and he just seems to be moving forward in a good way. So I'm excited to see what he'll do for us. I think he'll be able to work out a great trip from that 5 spot.
Hall of Fame, post 2, 8-1 on Mike Delaberto's morning line odds. And stay tuned, we'll be showing you the entire field with the morning line odds here in just a moment, as we've got a couple more video flashbacks for all of you. And talking about, of course, Track Phantom, post 12 at 3-1, having run second there in that flashback to the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes taken out by Sierra Leone. And then back here at the fairgrounds, speaking of the undercard, on Risen Star Stakes Day, very impressive maiden win here by Antiquarian. Gets post 3 for this coming Saturday's Louisiana Derby. 12-1 on the morning line. Todd Pletcher's won 5 Louisiana Derbies.
Yeah, Antiquarian was bet throughout there and was able to maintain that forward position. Another one who could make things a little bit tough on Track Phantom towards the front. And you can see Cornishman trying to get it done. Another really highly regarded 3-year-old trained by Brad Cox, and Antiquarian was able to hold that one off. So stepping out of that maiden win, always tough to do to get it done against winners for the first time, but definitely seems to have the talent. And at a preservationist, we'll see if we can live up to that name.
We should have one more video flashback, and that's of Tuscan Gold, entered in this coming Saturday's Louisiana Derby. Hall of Fame trainer Chad Brown, of course, having won the Risen Star with Sierra Leone. Tuscan Gold drawing post 11, so just inside Track Phantom. 8-1 on the morning line odds for Tuscan Gold. But you go back to this victory, Tuscan Gold was the second choice. Cornishman was the favorite in this race, winning by a length. You've got Johnny Velasquez riding for TAP.
Yeah, the most impressive part about this maiden win was how he navigated traffic ahead of that turn and through the turn, really just slashing through it, just having it his own way. He looked good moving through everybody. He looked much bigger than that front runner who tried to get it done there, but I'm not sure who he beat. I think that's the big question mark. Ran a 10 and a 10 on Thoroughgraph. He's going to need to move forward, but I think the distance should suit him well.
You know, he's got Tyler Gaffalione, who's won 11 Churchill Downs riding titles. So Tyler Gaffalione among those jockeys that'll be shipping in, looking to win the 111th TwinSpires.com $1 million Louisiana Derby, part of an action-packed card here. And as we mentioned, no live racing tomorrow. It's been canceled with impending severe weather. Figuring to drop a lot of rain in the area. We'll talk more about that with Joey DeKay on the pre-race show, Fairgrounds Today, so stand by for that. Let's talk about, speaking of the road to the Kentucky Derby, Profit Boost. We're getting set to show you the field and the morning line odds, but again, one of the many great promotions by TwinSpires.com.
Yeah, this profit boost, certain days they've got designated with the selected races at the different tracks on the 23rd here at Fairgrounds for win, exacta, a few other bets in there. You'll get 15% extra when you get it right there. So another great reason to play Twin Spires.
Let's run down the field again. 12 entered for the 111th running of the Grade 2 $1 million TwinSpires.com Louisiana Derby, and there they are, Triple Espresso again. That was a late entry, son of Omaha Beach, with the morning line odds. Mike Diliberto morning line odds there, 20-1. And Hall of Fame Post 2, Antiquarian at 12-1. Agate Road at 8-1. Under jockey, of course, I mean, you talk about Iran Ortiz coming into town to ride. Florent Giroux, a couple of riding titles here at the Fairgrounds. Catching Freedom, 4-1, kind of like that one. Awesome Rider from Post 6. Anna Marie, of course, with Beckman teaming. Ben Curtis, first time riding with us here at the Fairgrounds. He's made such a solid impression, over 30 winners here this season. For Big Ben, 8-1 on the morning line. Next level at 30-1 odds, Real Men Violin, 20-1. Corey Lattery vying for his first riding title here, of course, and he's a multiple title holder there under the Twin Spires. Brian Hernandez Jr. based here all winter. Common Defense, one of those Kenny McPeak trained 2 at 6-1. And of course, Mystic Dan, also for him on the road to the 150th Kentucky Derby. Tyler Gaffalione, as I mentioned, 11-time title holder at Churchill Downs. Tyler Gaff coming in to ride for Chad Brown, Tuscan Gold at 8-1. And there's the morning line favorite from Post 12, Track Phantom, having already won the Gunrunner Stakes here and the winner of the Grade 3 Lacombe Stakes before finishing second to Sierra Leone in the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes. And it'll be Joel Rosario, the $, riding for the Hall of Famer, 3-1. And there's the field for next Saturday's $1 million Grade 2 TwinSpires.com Louisiana Derby. Just some thoughts, Kev.
Yeah, John, we've got 2 coming from Pletcher that have that established turf form, Triple Espresso and Agate Road. Agate Road has looked good, finishing second to wire-to-wire winners in the last 2. Hasn't been able to get the win. Second in the Sam F. Davis most recently. So it does seem that the dirt suits him. Awesome Ruta ran really, really well. Almost got points in the Risen Star and finished 6th. I think the distance is going to suit that Joey Foster trainee. I know they're going to sleep on that one, who was 223-1, I believe, the final odds in the Risen Star. Definitely outran those odds. So keep an eye on Awesome Ruta, who should run well. And then Anna Marie and Real Men Violin. They hadn't run since they were 2-year-olds. That was the first start, last out in the Risen Star. There was no pace to run into to close, and they're late kickers. I think they're going to move forward off those efforts, and I think you should be able to get a good price on those. But Common Defense, seeing BJ line up on that one, seeing the works from Common Defense, that was a good run in the Rebel. I'd like to see what he does next.
If we've got them, Kentucky Derby future wager this weekend closes on Sunday at 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central. The current odds, and there you go, including Catching Freedom, 38-1, the current poll right now. And Catching Freedom, Mike Delaborto's morning line, 4-1 for next Saturday's Louisiana Derby.
Yeah, good price on Common Defense there. You can see 66-1. On Reed's getting bet a little bit there, 28-1. Forever Young, you know, that Japanese horse ran a really nice, I think it was a 1 on Thoroughgraph last time out, getting the win there in Dubai, 14-1 on that one. Nash up there still. We've not seen him enter in here. I think that was a question mark. Will we see Nash in the Louisiana Derby? Track Phantom, 25-1. That's a nice price. So a lot of different ways you can go. Tuscan Gold, if you do believe that he's going to step forward and love the distance, you're getting a nice price there.
It's a landmark Kentucky Derby 150. A lot of promotions from TwinSpires.com. Really quick, Kentucky Oaks, we're drawing that field. Again, last year, pretty mischievous, having won the Grade 2 Rachel Alexander Stakes after competing then in the Grade 2 Fairgrounds Oaks. On her road to the launching Kentucky Oaks, they're the current odds for the Kentucky Oaks. And again, that poll will close Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Central. But as Joe mentioned during the draw, we've got that breaking news that we'll have no live racing here tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day due to the expected severe weather. So get your future wager bets in today if you can. Kentucky Derby Week Bankroll Builder, as we take a look at that. Another great promotion from our friends at TwinSpires.com. The Kentucky Derby Week Bankroll Builder. A lot of great stuff from Twin Spires on the road to the Derby.
Yeah, opt in and take a swing here in these future pools. If you bet $50 up to $1,000, you basically get at these different sort of milestones 20% of that. Bet 50, you're going to get 10. That money's going to come to you in time to bet that those great races there first weekend of May. Get involved there at Twin Spires.
Bayou Bluegrass Pick 5. We've really enjoyed that here from TwinSpires.com. It's been another terrific promotion this season, 152nd season at the Fairgrounds, and always like to take advantage of this, the Bayou and Bluegrass Pick 5 promotion, and there's more about that.
Yeah, you can see we've got the New Orleans Classic, the Bourbonette, Fairgrounds Oaks, Jeff Ruby Stakes, and then we'll finish it off with the Louisiana Derby. Something new this year. This is the second year we've done it. It was great last year. I loved it. $1 is that minimum, right? Not our typical 50 cents. So that's going to really, I think, help you to make your decisions sharper, right? And not just spread as you can with that 50-cent ticket. Also might sort of exclude some of those players who approach it in that way. So I think the pool will get up, and I think the sharp opinions will get it done.
Busy morning here at the Fairgrounds. We appreciate your insights, Kevin Kilroy. Stay tuned. Quick commercial break, and we'll be joined here from the Twin Spires set by Joe Christofek, covering it all once again on the road to the 111th Louisiana Derby, on the road to the 150th landmark Kentucky Derby. Back with more from Fairgrounds Today. That comes up right after this.
When it comes to horse racing, you can never have too much information. With Twin Spires, you can place your bets with confidence. Whether you use handicapping insights like our Brisnet speed ratings, prime power and past performances, the guidance of our experts' top picks, or just choose a name that catches your eye. Yes! No matter how you pick your horse, bet with Twin Spires and use stable alerts to never miss a bet.
Fairgrounds, race course and slots. Exciting live thoroughbred racing on the nation's third oldest track.